And here we are again, another beautiful day. God bless everybody here on the live. Start off with the L. What a morning. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. We're going to rip it and flip it and show you how we do it here every single day on the channel. One of my lights is out. There we go. It's connected to an app. Okay, Bitcoin losing 115,000, getting the dumpage. I guess I got stopped outs better than the people that got liquidated. Looks like it's getting worse here. The bot has since bought right down here and has just been waiting at this key level at 114.9 for another signal. So the bot has been pretty flat since August 18th. Just a day, but that's this last buy right there for the bot. So the bot has been making moves, been buying the lows. I have access to a bot if you want it. It is awesome. It trades for me all the time. It's made over 30%. It actually made me 100% in gains, but 30%, like I put in one Bitcoin, I got 1.3. But at the time when I bought the Bitcoin, it was 60K, and now I have 160,000. So it did more than 100% because I was in Bitcoin though. And it made Bitcoin that also appreciated. And it just made, trades and put it into Tether. It wouldn't have been up as much. It'd be up 30%. So it made 30% in the initial. You get it? One Bitcoin turned to 1.34. But because Bitcoin's going up, 60K turned into over 160K. Make sense? Yeah. So that's why you trade Bitcoin. Understand? You buy Bitcoin, then you trade it just like you were going to trade US Tether. Then you get out at the end. If you don't care about Bitcoin and you're going to sell it, and you're going to trade anyway, you might as well trade BTC. Because you're going to make more money in the long run, because you're going to hold the asset that's going up while you're actually trading. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. This is just the sauce. If you want it, I have it. If it's up to you. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. So today, I was long in the 5 minute. I went 500 for 250 for 2,000. I was up $500 on an ETH trade in literally a minute of being in the trade. I couldn't believe it. I scrambled to hit the sell button, sitting there, next thing you know, and now it's just been complete annihilation to the downside here for Bitcoin. Getting completely annihilated in the last 2 minutes. $700 dump. 15-minute dump, just 3 5-minute candles to the downside. We're going to take a look at this nasty dump here for Bitcoin. And is it sustainable for the bears? Is this going to continue lower? BOOKMAP suggests we go down to $111,000, $112,000. And then there's a chance we go lower after that, right? If you keep opening the door and losing support, you're going to have to go to some lower areas. So the area we're looking at now, clearly see, BOOKMAP's been spot on. It's 90%. Every once in a while there'll be a big red and we'll go the other way. That's the sad thing about BOOKMAP. Like 1 out of 100 times it's wrong. And it throws you for a loop because you're like, But that's why proper risk management. If you went too hard on one trade, you see what I'm saying? You got to have proper risk management, 100%. So everything kind of locked and loaded. We're okay here. 110,655 for Bitcoin is the low level that we're seeing in the big red area is 112.5. That's where there's a lot of conglomerated, liquidity. So that's a huge, huge level to look at. One thing to see. Shout out to everybody here. If you want to jump on into the trading group, go to cryptolifer.com. Up here at the top, up here at the top. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Up there at the top. Cryptolifer.com. Hit the QR code to find out more. Hey, you might not have had a stop loss or don't even know how to use one. Maybe keep getting liquidated. You wouldn't have got stopped out like me for, 1/3 of what you were going for. Maybe even that alone is worth some knowledge. Seriously, people don't have any risk management out here. I see it all the time. It's insanity. It's just a gung-ho, every man for himself, just whatever's, I don't know. This doesn't look good to me. That started to look more like a descending triangle. And even if you look at it, it has and again, the 5-minute time frame has been unable to get back above the 200 moving average. Really should have traded until I saw that. I mean, you could see that there was bearishness there. But this is a head and shoulder pattern that has a 68% chance of a break to the downside. Just what I'm seeing for you right now as we speak. I can't prepare for this because I didn't even know we would make a right shoulder till we did. You have to understand, this is real-time data. We're tackling the market as it's happening. The John Madden of crypto, as I've been called. So here we go. This is looking more and more like it's either going to dump or make a descending triangle and dump. And I'm really looking at 112 and $111,000. And it's looking like maybe even a short here with a stop loss above is the likely scenario. The second the 1 hour lost the 200 moving average, that's when the short is on. Once you lose that, you go to the 2 hour 200 moving average. Okay, I'm just going to teach you kind of how this works for a second. Once you lose that, you're going to go to the 3 hour 200 moving average. Then you're going to go down to the 4. If you lose the 4, you're going to the 6. Once you lose the 6, you're going to the 8. Okay, and once you lose the 8, you're going to the daily. And so now you can see where the 8 hour 200 moving average is, right? That's your next stop. And I've learned this. Why? Because I just watched it happen. I said, oh, it's like a flip book. You keep losing the moving averages. What I just taught you right now is so insanely amazing. Because if you actually harness the data that I just gave you, I'm telling you right now, it could produce so many gains for you. And it will help you not stay in trades when you dang well know you shouldn't be. You see what I'm saying? You will not stay in trades when you dang well know that you should not be in a trade. All right? Shout out to my dad, Jimmy Price, man. The man, the myth, the legend. God bless my Pop Dukes. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Appreciate all of you for holding it down and being amazing. Shout out to all the crypto lifers out there, and thank you for the love. I was thinking of one thing that changed my life the most in the last 4 years. Anybody know what it is? I'm going to ask the crowd here. I'm going to crowd surf. We're going to surf for information. Crowd source, really, right? What do you guys think? In the last 4 years, I did something that impacted my life the most. What do you think it was? I really think I've had the most benefit from it. I would have had so many more issues, so many more ups and downs, a lot of pain and anguish for sure. What do you think it is that's changed my life the most in the last 4 years? I made a big change. I did something, and I'll never be the same. Shout out to Master Fred in the house. God bless you. It was me, Master Fred. You're so funny. Last 4 years. I think I've known you maybe 2.5, 3. You're so funny, me. I love you. I love you. It was you, though, okay? Someone says praying, gave up the vices, believe in something, religion. Nope. YouTube channel, graduation. I'm in the YouTube channel, of course. I stopped drinking alcohol. This guy nailed it. I nailed it. I stopped drinking alcohol. It changed my life. Like I was playing poker the other night, and I bring it up, and I did really well. Most of the people there were drinking. I was not drinking. I mean, go ask a scientist. Say there was 12 people playing poker. 10 of them were drinking. 7 of them were drinking heavily. 1 of them was not. Who do you think left with the most money? And they would say, you know what, the guy who knew poker the best, right? But at one point, I believe you're on alcohol and your ego's up there and you're in, you got your chips, and you just can't do the math as fast as me, man. And I'm sitting there going over probabilities and math. I'm looking at the data. I'm looking at all the cards, and I'm saying pot odds, and I'm studying. Like when I play poker, I'm studying. I'm in a math state, a heavy math state. I am studying heavily, So let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's talk about the most bearish scenario that we see. So this is an M pattern, right? Clear as day. This song I got a bounce from. It's corny as it's all hell. So this is an M pattern. You can see it, right? It's an M. I mean, don't deny it. Don't try to lie. That's an M. M's break to the downside. It's going back to 108,000. I mean, I don't see how it does not. 109K. I just feel like we're going down there, and that's it. There's no stopping us for going down there. And it's crazy because that's going to nail the altcoins that barely got a little bit of juice. Been a tough market, I tell you what. And people hate me for it, for bringing it up and going over the facts. But it's been the same, everyone else wants to be up only. They want to be up only crowd. Every time I go online, it's the old bull run is here. Tomorrow we'll rip by the it's like, wow, these people are really good at convincing you. Instead of just saying, hey, you know what? We don't know what's going to happen. There could be a black swan event, and they're telling you there's definitely an alt season for 100%. I don't know, man. I'm like leaning 60, 70. I got a lot of money in there that says there will be. I'll get buried. If there isn't an alt season, I'm losing about a 700 grand. I'll tell you right now, I'm losing 700 grand if there's no alt season. I'm going to get buried. I've got 1.1 million alts. I will get buried. I know it. I'm already ready for it. If I lose it, I've already lost it. I've already told myself they've taken that 7. They've buried me. You know, I've taken the risk. It is what it is. I've worked myself around that 7. You see what I'm saying? Like, I've thrown the risk of the market, and then I've worked myself around that risk. Meaning I've worked so hard that I've produced enough that if that risk is taken, I'll be fine. That's how I operate. Like, if I'm a bricklayer and I decided to go into the market, I'd say, well, how much did I work? You know, how much did I put in and how much can I handle? And then I'd start my butt working once I put it in and say, if I took a loss, would I be at, you know? And I'd find myself right where I'm at. I mean, the loss still isn't fun. You know, setback isn't a push forward. I'll tell you that, or a flat, even going flat. But I've taken it so many times, and I'll take it in stride yet again. It is what it is. And I don't want to talk about the downside, but I go over the fact of what could be both parts of the, you know, are we going up or are we going down? And you got to be able to handle it. If you're not ready for the downside and you get hit that hard and you're mumbling to your wife or your kids and you end up one of those, or to yourself, and you beat yourself up and you go to depressive states because you just weren't positioned. I've been there. I'm telling my life story. It's a diary right now. So now I just don't put myself in that much risk anymore. And I'm still in pretty heavy risk compared to where I was in my life. But I said enough was enough. I was in heavy risk, everyone, my whole life. Like once 2008, 2009 and the crisis and all that, and I started putting all my money into the market every time I had a chance because I was sick of being in the 9 to 5. So anytime I had money in the market. Does that mean it always won? No. There was some big hits that I took along the way. One time I was worth 40 grand and I lost about 15,000. Put me back down, you know, 20 to 20. I was 40 grand turned to 25,000. And it was like about 12 to 18 months of being in the markets, you know. So I put all this time to learn, all this time, and I was devastated. You know how many people probably walk away at that point? Many do. I did not. I kept pushing, and I eventually found BTC. I eventually saved my life. But had I just stopped investing, there's no way I would have got to Bitcoin as early as I did. There's no way I would have found. So my story is a story of resilience, is a story of pushing every single time you get kicked in the face, just getting right back up. You know, muddy, rainy puddles in the face, just getting stuff, feel like nobody cares. Your mom, your dad, nobody understands your hustle. Your brothers, your sisters, your family, your friends, and they have no clue. You are devastated. You are down thousands. You can't even speak. You had 800 grand one day. Next thing you know, it's 100 racks. You're asking yourself, are you insane? What happened to you? You're mumbling to yourself. I've been there. Oh my gosh. I've made $1 million and lost it like twice in my life. It's insane. Okay. So I know the pain more than any of you ever know. All right, let's get back into this idea here on the weekly. But I just wanted to kind of touch base with people that are, you know, struggling at trades, not going perfectly. Well, you know, I was there many, many times. And if I had given up, I never would have got where I am today. So I can't tell you what's going to happen. And I'm not a financial advisor. But I will tell you they're flushing Bitcoin to the downside at a mass rate right now. And someone is just selling the heck out of it. Look at this insanity. Look at the volatility. And here they go, flushing the longs yet again. There's just no coverage. There's no savior for those longs. I'm so happy I got stopped down at this point. I'm grateful for the getting stopped out and being smart in my risk management. So this is an M pattern on the weekly. I told you this was going to be extremely bearish if we closed the weekly candle like that. I told you it was horrible. I said it was not good. I feared it, you know, and I don't live in fear, but I shouldn't say that I didn't fear because fake emotions acting real, but I was very, very concerned for the markets when I saw this. NASDAQ also getting pummeled, everything getting beat down, but we're supposed to get a rate cut. Everything's supposed to go our way. It just doesn't, you know, the narrative that we keep getting fed just never matches the charts. They told us we were bearish, we pumped. They told us we were bullish, we dumped. Right? Stop listening to the news. 85% chance now that we're going to get a rate cut. Somehow that's starting to dwindle a little bit even too. They are flushing this coin, man. It's insane. And it looks, we've lost support now at some key levels. So anyway, we'll start breaking it down. So first things first, we knew that we got rejected by 119, and then we knew we had 117. We said if we lose 117, we will come test 114,000. It was guarantee. It was a guarantee. And we started this weekly candle completely dumpage. Just complete dumpage. Nasty. And you know that it could, when you have a wick that big from a red candle, I mean, the odds are, that's a swing failure pattern on ICT. I mean, come on now. These make up a bearish engulfing candle. So, this is your next support here for Bitcoin. And I don't even know what to say about, like, what is this? Like, look at this on the weekly. Ugly, ugly pattern for sure. My humble opinion is it's starting to break the trend line. And rising wedges break down 68% of the time. The odds are this is going to break down. All the way to 76,000 too. That's just what the technical analysis tells you. I'm not trying to be the bearer of bearish news. I'm not trying to be a perma bear. People get, oh, there's Sam again. He's going to make me sell all my bags. Man. You know, and then it could make a head and shoulder just like this, see, and then break to the downside. I mean, I wish it wasn't so, but this is just what I'm seeing. The blow off top was supposed to be amazing. We were supposed to break the all-time high, come back to the 21-day moving average in a beautiful flag, stay above, and we were supposed to rip, and this thing was supposed to parabolically pump to the upside, and everyone said it was up only. And everyone told you that alt season was coming, and everyone said, go on Twitter right now and look at it. It's insane. And maybe some people are right, or I don't know what they're doing, honestly. But I go on Twitter and I look at some of the stuff out here, and I scroll through. Is altcoin season in the room with us? I don't know, right? 100%. Bitcoin never had a green August and September. Not saying it can't happen. Just it never has thus far. Never. Never. August and September are the worst months oh my God, 2019. I'll never forget it. I will never forget it. We pumped amazing May and June. Unbelievable alt season. Felt like things were ripping. I'm talking big moves in altcoins. I'm talking a 20x in band from $1 to $20. I'm like, Atom went for $1 to $4 or something. Like, there was all sorts of insanity. And then every gain was erased by the end of September. That first week of September, it was just a massive, just complete dumping. My soul was taken in 2019. I'll never forget it. Like, oh my God, it was insane what they did. Last year, we got lucky with the pump in September, but August was a melee. This August has been okay, with July being hot. But September has always, for me, been just a, look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And not just losses, some of the nastiest losses ever, 19%, 13, 7, 7. I mean, just bang. Right? So you're talking, wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Only 4 of those months have been bullish, right? No way. That's crazy. All right, as we scroll. But I'm just looking for crypto Twitter. Sold a bunch of ETH and Bitcoin yesterday. ETS, right? Don't let them shake you out, right? I don't short-term price call, but warning. There's no reason Bitcoin won't go back below 100K and ETH sub 4 for a bit. A lot of late greedy Me Too buyers hopped in and big money is shaking them out. Like this guy who tells you to every day go up. Now he's telling you it's going to dump. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's just crazy, right? This dip feels unnatural. Bitcoin to 200, ETH to 8, alts ready to 10x. This could be your last chance to go all in. This is 7 hours ago. 7 hours ago, we didn't take a nasty dump. I love Carl. I met him in Dubai. He's a good dude. But dang, man, like, I just see so much of this And I probably can't even scroll because you got it. But I just see so much stuff out here, and it's all just bullish only. Just bull. It's bull porn. And I don't know, man. I just, when I see a lot of bull porn like that, I start to I pull back. The masses have never been right. So when the masses start telling me something as a whole and everyone's jumping on the bandwagon, I start wondering what the heck is going on. And I start freaking out. And right now I'm in that state of like, what are they doing? So 111,100 looks like Bitcoin is taking a nasty dump to the downside. And now at this point in my trading, I am now flipping bearish because you're losing moving averages. You're losing the 200 moving average. All right. So anyway, at least short term. So the weekly to me doesn't look good. It would have to reverse in the next 1 or 2 weeks very fast, get back above this and make it look like a bull trap, a bear trap. You know what I mean? It has to quickly reverse this price action. If it sustains one more candle red, I mean, it's going to start setting a trend. You take out the low at 100,800. I've said this many times. You take out this low. I mean, to me, that is the end of the bull market for me because you've now broken trend. You know, there's your low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Each time the higher high is getting a lot, it's taking less and less to get up there. We needed the blow off top to like 147, 150K. That was it, right? Galaxy Digital sold 80,000 Bitcoin at the top. My last huge trade was up here. Since then, I've been just waiting to get in and out, scalping, right? You've seen me just kind of taking what it comes. NASDAQ looking the same. 114,000 struggling to hold. Likely not going to today. So Sammy is just showing you what the charts are telling him. And they're telling me to be a bear. If you want to make gains, if you want to be on the right side of the move, right? And we had our chance for bouncing after the dump on Sunday night. And you could see, like, we're still inside of. And again, as I said before, these two tweezer, that's a tweezer top bear. Like, that's I call that devil ear. That's cat ears, devil's ears. That's the devil's dump, man. Let's be honest, like that's garbage. I've never in my life seen 2 wicks on the weekly like that and not seen it dump me. So I don't try to be rude here. I've just got to be honest. There's also bearish div on the weekly. There's bearish div on the indicator. Like, I was bearish and people hated on me. And every time we had a little pump, they all, and we hit an all-time high. It was awesome. I go with the flow. Like, then I traded bullishly. We made the gains. And this has been a trader's market. It's been an in and out type of market. Very hard to hold positions long term. I've seen a lot of big time traders with a lot of their positions. Where are they now? They love showing you guys their leverage trades on Twitter when they're up huge, but where are they now? Like, you know what I'm saying? I personally lost in the trading group today. Everyone could see I lost. I went 5 for 2. I lost 5. It happened. I went on an ETH trade. It did not play out for me. It is what it is. I've been making massive gains the last 3 weeks, so it's okay. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on the weekly. So you can see clearly your next level is 109,000. I mean, there's nothing to stop you. There's no support. There is no weekly support. Nothing until 109. So likely we're going down. Bearish engulfing candle on the 5-day. We talked about this. We went over the 5-day chart. Nobody else really does. Bearish div on the RSI. 3-day chart. Bearish engulfing candle. Our hope was that it would bounce there. I said, you got to get a bounce there. On that, the 3-day had to bounce. It did not. Bearish div taking over. It loses the 21. It goes down to the 50. See the gap? And that's also in the VRVP. I mean, coincidence? I don't think so. It's also an M pattern to me. Adam and Eve double top on the daily. Looks like you got a short down, possibly to 101,000. That would be the measured move of these M pattern here. I'm just giving you the technical analysis. I'll bring it down a little bit. I'm just giving you the TA. I'm not trying to be the bear, It's giving me 101. And then there's a gap in the VRVP. Why couldn't you get to 96,000? Let's be honest with ourselves. Then pull a Fibonacci from here to there, and you can start seeing the 618 golden pocket is at 92, and then back to $84,000. So, are people going to get cold feet and start selling loads of Bitcoin? It can happen. I don't think markets could do whatever they want. I used to get comfy in an asset and think whatever I told myself was true. And I got psychologically damaged doing that. I'm telling you, years and years of literally rebuilding my brain from just thinking I knew where the market was going to go and being so right about it until I got absolutely demolished and got my butt handed to me. So I tell you what now, I don't over leverage anymore. I go in and out. I keep heavy. I keep risk. I stack spot. And I don't overindulge, and I take money out of the market. I swing trade, and I don't put all my eggs in one basket anymore like I used to. I do accumulate Bitcoin on the lows. Every time it's red, it's a good idea, but this looks like we're going to get a chance to buy more Bitcoin somewhere near $100,000. I would love to be wrong. I would love for this to bear trap and get back inside, and I could be like, you were scared in a couple days. And there's a chance, that's going to happen. And then if you want to throw tomatoes at me, you can. But right now, I'm an analyst that's showing you what the market's showing us. And it's treachery out there. And you can see, hey, this is a liquidity marker that shows us where we're going. And it's been about 90% accurate. If you've been at my channel, it's BOOKMAP. You can go to bookmap.com to see what the liquidity is high, to see what the candlesticks are hiding. And you can clearly see that there's more liquidity to the downside than to the upside here for Bitcoin. It is what it is. We attempted a double bottom on the 1 hour. We're going to get to that. 12-hour looks absolutely bearish. A dump down to the 200 moving average. The 22 looks very likely to me. Right down there. There's no real, little bit of support at 111.8, but not much. 6 hours now lost the 200 moving average. The 4 hour, lost it along. That was, and even when you came up here, that's a great place to short when you get closer to the 200. Remember, the last long I took was right there. We got out. Besides my scalps, that was the low. I was going for the reversal. When that didn't happen, we were cooked. I told you, when you lose the 200 moving average, that's a wrap city. And look how nasty that's been. That's a dump. It's not even respecting the falling wedge. So now this is the measured move, is the base. You take the base of the falling wedge, and that's going to drop you. 107,000 is that target. So, I keep getting what's called bearish confluence. This is a head and shoulder here. This was a nasty head and shoulder from the beginning that we, the only reason I was like, oh, wow, we got away when we got this little side bump. But not really. It just looks like it was more shoulder, head. It's more of a complex inverted head and shoulder that kind of dragged out now. And that again even looks, another bit of bearish confluence here. Remember, losing the 200 moving average, no go. Losing the 200 moving average with the point of control. Write that down for the rest of your life. You gain it, it's awesome. You lose it, it's awesome, And so we bullishly knew that this was the move. We had crossed above the 200 and hit the 21. Same idea here. Flip this upside down. You've crossed the 200, you're going to the 21. This almost looks like a parabolic pump. So anyway, bear city for Bitcoin. And we just tumbled to the downside as I spoke about it. And look, that's an M pattern right there for me. That wants to dump somewhere down here, right? 109,049. So the market is taking an absolute beatdown. So is the NASDAQ. All right. I am not long on the NASDAQ. That's getting that. My long got take. That's just beat down. Looks like we're going to drop somewhere down to about $109,000. That's the target. Look at it. What's going to stop you from going there? I don't see it. You show me, show me the sauce. So that's an M pattern to me, a slanted M that's going to dump in your face. And it doesn't look good to me. 109,000 looks like the target for Bitcoin. Maybe you could take advantage of the short, so it's good. There's money to be made. I want to be positive about that. There's always a trade to be found. But majority of people are long. A majority of people are stacking alts, and a majority of people are getting absolutely, bled out yet again. This has been one of the bloodiest, vicious markets I've seen for a 2-year period in my life of trading. When I get out of this one, if I ever live through this one, man, I would be bulletproof. This has been absolute insanity showing up every day with the insane market that we've been going through. Look, this is a bit of a slanted M2. When I look at the M, the 1 minute, the 5 minute could not get back above the 200. Every time we tried, we were nastily rejected. That is a flush out. And so the only thing I would expect is like another bear flag here. Look at this. This is one of the nastiest dumps I've seen on any asset in a while. Just straight down, just blah. Like straight puking, ripping through stop losses. Too many people are getting fed this narrative that we're going up. I don't know why they're doing it. Every time they're sucking in just a little bit of retail and getting them absolutely drained. That's why I'm teaching class all the time, around the clock. I mean, basically here on the live stream every single day. I'm attempting to save as many people from getting liquidated as possible. Like, look, I teach this course the last Saturday of every month. It's coming up very soon, within a week and a half. Jump on in, okay? Hit the QR code, find out more. The class will blow your mind. It's absolutely amazing. I'm telling you right now. I get so many good reviews about it. It's very inexpensive compared to the rest of the world's competitive pricing when they come to teaching technical analysis. You just won't find a better price there. I go find it. Go find a 3-hour course with what I teach for $150. You will not find it. I'm telling you right now. I've scoured the internet. And I'm giving you stuff. And people give free courses and all sorts of stuff. But I'm telling you, my tip, tricks, and insights are so insane. To give them all away completely for free to me and I kind of do anyway here. You can piece it together over time. But that just concisely packages it so your mind can kind of organize it the right way. There's a way to teach people things. I had a lost brain that was really all over the place. So I help people that have that same, ADHD, I can't see into I have an ability to help those type of people really well. And because I can help those people, the people that are well disciplined and organized, I can help them amazingly well. Because, you know what I mean? So because I was so lost in the sauce and had so much trouble with my own way of organizing my thoughts and my learning, I have a really good way of helping people that have that, they make excuses. I can't do this. I'm bipolar. I'm depressed. I need to go get medication. I probably should talk to a doctor. All that. Oh, come on. No, you don't. You need to work out. You need to get disciplined. And you need someone to tell you that enough is enough. That's what it comes down to. Stop making excuses for yourself and stop crying about it and go do something about it. Jim Rohn spoke to me in a way. I found a mentor online. My dad said the same things to me, and I love my dad. But, I talked to my dad a couple times here and there throughout the week, but I wanted that daily reminder. And so I would play a video, and Jim Rohn would come on, and he would say, the reason why you're not where you want to be? Because you're living a mediocre life like everybody else. And I'd be like, whoa, that's crazy. How can you talk to me like that? But he didn't know me. He was just laying down the laws of the universe, and I knew what he told me was true. I knew I was playing games with my life. See, the best way to see this is as a descending triangle. There's really no way to, and it looks like it's going to take you lower. I mean, there's no love here. There's no crying in baseball. And so then he would say, if you want to do something different with your life, Sam. So I was like, I'm on the night shift, Jim. This is me and Jim. Like, Jim's dead, all right, at the time. He was a known multimillionaire mentor. That's who I'm talking about. Jim, R-O-H-N. Okay? Let me just make this clear. No, because I want to teach you how I got mentally strong to do what I do for a living today. Because anyone can get into trading and stuff like this, but how do I maintain trading? How do I push when the market dumps? How did I double my trading group when we went from 69 to 15,000? How did we survive? How the heck do I show up every day when the market sometimes rips my guts out and spits it out too. And I'll tell you what, it's because I've been mentally trained by Jim Rohn, one of the smartest, most amazing, and most successful people who ever walked the face of the earth, as far as I'm concerned. And he sat with me for years virtually, right? He was dead, but I listened to him. And he told me what I needed to hear when I desperately had, or what I had to hear, what I was, Mix that with some other mentors and constantly working on my brain and going on YouTube and finding an algorithm that would work with to help me be successful. People want to go to algorithms that feed, I want to watch nonsense, give me the nonsense. But once you start, there's books to read, and you can read books at 2 times speed on YouTube now. You could take in so many books in 1 week, it's insane. Write down your new list of goals. Who do you want to become next week? Someone who reads 2 books a week? That could be done by just literally, and you could do it on YouTube. You could do, audiobooks too. You don't have to read them, but you could hear them. That information is stored in the brain, regardless of how it gets in there. It's there, right? Someone says hi to you, or they write you a letter and say hi. They said hi to you, right? So look, that's a descending triangle to me. And the measured move is lower. Somewhere down 112.9. And I wouldn't be surprised if they start this cascade very, very soon. At any moment, too, they could obliterate us. I'll be honest, we're in a very manipulative state. Just brought us to an all-time high. I need to use the 30-second now and the 5-second to see. Because if they get you above the 1, right now, look, you can see they're attempting an Adam and Eve here on the 5-second. They're making me go to lanes I've never had to go to. They're hiding price action, because I've been doing this for a long time, so I can discover, right? I'm like a guy that goes into the sand underneath the, scuba diving, and, sometimes I just move the sand a little bit and I see. They're making me deep dive all the time lately, constantly. I've had to work 10 times harder on my analysis in the last 6-7 months than I ever have. You know what I'm saying? Before, I just wake up and I was like clockwork. I'm like, oh, there it is. For 2 years, I was spoiled rotten. Price action just did what it was supposed to do all the time. There was some manipulation here or there, but for the most part, we would get back on track. Now it's constant. It's all the time. And I'm like, I got to be, I'm telling you, man, I feel like Bruce Lee sometimes. The way they move in this market around. So look, that is an Adam and Eve. They're attempting to bottom us at 113.8. And again, I keep accumulating Bitcoin on the dips too. Every time we dip, I buy a little more Bitcoin and I'm like, but I can only keep doing it for so long. I buy me some more every time it's red. So why am I on the 5-second chart? I have I've got no other information to go on. There's a possible double bottom on the 1-minute chart. They move the price so fast that the most price, all you're going to see is red candles on every price action. You're not going to be able to find a reversal. To find the reversal, we have to dig deep now and see how the reversal could even begin. The first way we reverse is the 5 seconds going to flag out and get above the 200 moving average. How do I know all this? I studied this for years. I am a nerd. It's insane. And look, above the 200 moving average. Could we get to 114,003? Chances are, you never know. Rejection by the 200 moving average. Even on the 5-second, right? What I've learned about that is that could turn into the inverted head and shoulder, right? Sitting on the 5-second taught me how to trade the weekly. It taught me everything. See that double bottom and then it pumped? You'll see a double bottom on the daily one day that looks just like this, and you'll be able to trade it. That will take a week or two, but it'll be the exact same. Price action doesn't change. Don't you understand? It's inside of a geometrical structure that shapes our planet. Whatever universe we live in is made up of math, right angles, right? You either have a perfect circle at 360 or right angles and straight lines. There's no squiggly, you can't have a squiggly angle, right? We don't live, some people say there's a squiggly universe where there's no such thing as straight lines. Everything is always, you never see a straight line like this. It'll always be like that. A square will be made like this. It's a universe where everything is squiggly. Like they don't have the ability to stay straight, to have straight lines. I believe that does exist. There's a universe that's completely hydrogen. It's not oxygen like we have, H2O. It's a hydrogen, and they breathe hydrogen there, and they move differently. They even look somewhat like us, but there's an infinite amount of universes. Anything you could have think of actually exists already. Isn't that crazy? It's infinite consciousness, and that once you realize that existence is simply just infinite consciousness, then you get it. It's scary because then you have to let go of who you are as a human body and realize that the ego never did exist at all. You were always just reusing the same energy that was always there. Sam Price, the crypto lifer, is just a piece. And that's why it's like when people say, "Oh, you're full of yourself. You're not humble." It's like, but I don't even truly exist. Like, what are you talking about? I'm recycled energy for sure. Look at that cup and handle. See it? See the cup with the handle there? See how I'm just sitting here talking to you, but we're doing TA together subconsciously as we're moving? Isn't this fun? We're thinking about where our life could go and how we're shaped, pieces of energy moving through the space and time, but we're watching geometrical shapes being made in the 5-second chart here for Bitcoin. I'm not off topic. I'm right on topic. I'm showing you where Bitcoin is at the very moment in space and time here while I'm talking about our existence. It's unbelievable. So anyway, 114,300 key area, and you'll never find a YouTube channel just like this, and I hope not, because no one should be just like you, and no one should be just like me. And your uniqueness is your value. The fact that this show could never be replicated by AI or anyone else in the world, because no one knows what my brain's going to say, not even me. So we follow along, and we go on this amazing journey that God has given us with the Crypto Lifer channel. I just happen to be the captain of this crazy ride. And thank you to everyone who jumped on in and decided to take that ride with me. God bless you. Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here. So where are we today? We're on the 5-second chart watching BTC. Attempting to find some type of reversal because this is the only time frame that's giving me any sense of clarity right now at the present moment in time. And so we're looking for us to get above this. You have to stay above the 200 moving average. Look, when you lost it on the 5-second chart, that was the beginning of the nasty dump today from 115, 180, all the way down to 113. Amazing how the 5-second chart gave you a signal there. And I've just started studying the 5-second like I studied the 1 only in the last 2-3 years, so I don't have as much confidence on it. But now I'm looking, I'm like, dang, that you could have just shorted the 5-second 200 moving. Now is the first time we finally got back above it with a few more candles right here. But if we lose it again, we're rapid. Every single time we seem to get above a 200 moving average, it seems just to be like, no go. I'm not saying to long this right now on the 5-second by gosh means no. I'm saying our only chance and hope to see how we can even figure out where it's going, and because I've been doing this for a long time. And I know which time frame to use, and I know what to look for. I'm telling you right now, if anyone can figure it out, it's me. This is what I do for a living. I'm live every day on the small time frames from 10 to 12 for 1,700 days straight. I never said I was the greatest. I never said I was the best. I'm sure there's better traders out there than me. I'm sure that, I never claimed to be the best. What I claim to be is the most consistent man in all of the interwebs. That's all I can give you. And I hope that's enough to show you that anything is possible. And so that's kind of my goal, to just be a standing example of if you do the same thing every day and you love what you do and you're passionate about it and you put other people first a lot, most of the time, because we're all selfish human beings. Don't try to say you're not. You need to feed yourself today. You're going to find food. Even your own desires are going to make you somewhat selfish. But to create the habit of sharing your energy with others as much as possible will give you a lot of fulfillment in your life. So I even think it's selfish to help others because you're going to feel better. Like you go to someone's party and you bring them a birthday gift. I mean, people say that's a selfish act. What do you mean you gave? Yeah, but that person's going to say thank you and you're going to feel really good for giving it. Giving is awesome, man. It replenishes the soul. That's why Crypto Billy always says givers gain, because he knows that givers gain. That's why when you win big, you tip big, right? I can proudly say, and I won't even tell how much, but I proudly can say that I know I gave a lot of tips this week, man. A substantial amount, and you know what? I'm dang proud of it. Like, may God keep blessing me because I'm going to keep giving. So, as you can see, even there's a head and shoulder here now. So, like, when you deep dive and see that even the smaller time frames can't give you the love, like, and start getting, oh, look at that. Crazy volatility. We got to get it, again, just like the daily, just like every time frame. We got to get above the 200. We got to get the 21. We got to get a flag. Otherwise, what we're talking about here looks likely with this kind of descending triangle dump somewhere down 113.1 to 100. Yeah, 112.8, I say, is really where you're going to cook. So I don't know what's going to happen, everybody. But I'll tell you right now, the probabilities are bearish. Period. And I'm a probability guy, and that's what we do here on the channel. And if we call reversals, and it attempted one in the last 36 hours, it just really didn't. No. I can tell you right now, the bears are in control. Even right here, we just made a lower high on the 5-second. And why am I on the 5-second chart? It's the only chart I have really that makes any sense right now. Besides the fact that this 1 minute is either going to try a double bottom at 113.750 here. But I see dumpage. I see more dumpage to the downside. 112.9, 112.8. And BOOKMAP says too, we got red to the downside. So I see more pain coming. What would I do to long? I mean, look how far the 1 minute is from the 200. That's insane. Just crazy. When's the last time we were that far away? Like right here. And so you're going to try to come back and dip. Try to come back and dip. See, like, it's just, you don't want to, being below the 1 minute 200 for this long is bearish. So I see more dump side for Bitcoin. Unless it can bounce. This is its chance right here. Move it up a little bit. It's like kind of, yeah, can it double bottom right there? Like 113.7, 113.8. And the 800's always been a psychological area. So here it is. I mean, this is your chance. This is now we have something to go on the 1 minute. You get it? Now we got a bit of a double bottom. Measured move back to 114.30. Definitely has a huge candle. Look at the size of that on the 1 minute. So funny, right? 5 seconds, still battling the 200 moving average. You have to punch through that right now. You have to punch through that. You see that? Every single time now it's getting very hard for follow through by the bulls. Weakness every time we're about to get some type of movement here. Come on now, punch through that 200, make a flag, or I see a shoulder, head, and right shoulder. That's going to dump. Heavy resistance here. Could be a bearish retest and just, sayonara. Signing out. Let me just reset these over here so we're not all over price. The POC too, you lost that POC on the 1 minute. You see it right there? The point of control. The heaviest buying and selling area on the VRVP, visible range volume profile. Imagine if you long this double bottom, you're a boss of bosses. I'm like, okay. I always want to pull off those legendary trades, right? Man, what a dump. I mean, now I'm happy I got stopped out and I wasn't someone that went willy-nilly. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Wow. What a dumpage. I mean, that trend line to me extends, doesn't it? You can bring this down and just say, yeah, I mean, now you're really going to make that descending. Remember, the bullish, the big time frames are bearish, so now the smaller time frames just got to show us how to get into the short. Just like when the big times are bullish, now you got to watch the small time frames to show us how to get into the long. I'd say, I'm confused, Sam. You're a pattern trader, but you see two things. You're showing two patterns. You're showing a double bottom. I don't know what's going on. Honestly, let's backtrack you then, because you're not listening. We went over the bigger time frames and we told you that they're bearish. So right now, you should be personally looking for a short. That's what the market told us today. We don't make up the rules. The market says that you should be looking for a short. All right? I don't make the rules. That's what the market says. Now, again, I'm not a financial advisor either. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. So you got to ask yourself now if you're comfortable with what could play out. And are you willing to get stopped out too, the other way? I've been really, really cautious on shorting. This is the first time now that I've really mentioned, like, because you can see the momentum has clearly swung to the other side. All right. Like, I might actually short today live for the first time in a long time. And it sickens me, because that's like, you know what I mean? Because it's just not the way. Right? Can we hold the bottom at 113? Every time we've been at these bottoms, it hasn't. Like here we had one. We had that double bottom there. Did not hold. The 1 hour double bottom last night did not hold. So what you're looking for, if you get the short tool, is an entry somewhere in here, a stop above 114, and then take profit back at 112.9. That's a 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio. That's likely going to dump in our face, just like that would pump. So there is the short. So yes, I'm calling a short. And maybe I'm wrong and it goes back the other way. Who knows? It's been very, very tough. That's why normally I just wait for us to get above the 1 minute and I trade it. You get what I'm saying? I don't do anything else anymore, really. Because the market has been so treachery. The old me used to long and short all day long, but it started getting so manipulative. But I just feel like you got to, we know that the probabilities are dumpage, right? All the way to 112.867 too, right? And there she blows. She's starting to take a nasty dump. And shorts, you get it paid pretty fast at the short. I was attempting to enter the short right now, but with the, going over this and doing that at the same time, I didn't get a chance to add in. I literally had it on BitTinex right here. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to enter the short right there. And I started looking at it on TradingView. But to me, I don't see how that doesn't dump. So like to take profit would be at 112.887. I really like, it's against, lately my strategy has been telling me not to short the market, to buy Bitcoin on the low and to wait for it to cross the 1 minute 200 moving average and long. That's all I've been doing. As corny as that sounds, I've been staying alive because honestly, the market has been telling me it's been so treachery and so sketchy. And it still is low volume, summer trading. You got to remember, we're still in the summer doldrums. I kind of forget that sometimes too. We're still in some of these tougher times. And I think you just hit short. You just open the short there. You just write the right stuff in, which is also easier. Yeah, so here has to be one. Yeah, exactly. So it went back inside the pattern, like it went a dupe to dupe. So they went up and down. Small time frames have been treachery. They've been going after anyone who 100Xs on the 1 minute time frame. You will get likely rocked and wrecked. It's very, very treacherous. All right. I swear up here I'm supposed to pick short. So they know I'm shorting. Like, it's like, It says short trigger, so it knows. But see how it's 60 for 130? Why am I 2 for 1 in it here? Oh, it's a 2.5 to 1 there. All right, it is closer, yeah. So stop's got to be at like 114.09. Not in love with it right now, but market says we're dumping. BOOKMAP in the market says we are going down. So there you go, 90. Why is it so small? Anyway. So I took the first short in a long time on the live stream because the market just telling me it's going to dump. And I'm not going to defy the orders of the market. It's telling me it's going down. Who knows, though? I really don't know, man. It's been so sketchy the last couple of days. I wouldn't be surprised if we rip right back up and I get taken out. Like, even though the odds are low. That's a descending triangle that kind of fell out the pattern. It looks like it's spoken. And we had multiple ways to win, and it hasn't been showing up. So, dang, I don't like shorting my favorite asset in the world, BTC, right? I'm shorting there on BitTinex, and you can also short on Weeks, on MEXC, and wherever you feel fit. I have links to all of those exchanges. If you support the live, I do get a commission. Hit the link here on Weeks, BitTinex, or BTCC. On BTCC, you could trade the NASDAQ. You could be shorting the NASDAQ. You could be doing all that fun stuff all right there. Ethereum, back to the 21-day moving average on the daily. And again, we just learned these lessons the hard way, right? Every time we rip away from the 21, we get back to the 21-day. Could Ethereum just come back and pump? It could. And could this move, even Bitcoin, be kind of flowing still into the altcoins a little bit for sure? Let's take a look at the dominances and see how they are affecting price actions around the world here. So first, I'm going to take a look at his Bitcoin dominance. It should be pumping. Why? Because people are rushing out of coins into Bitcoin. So you would expect a little bit of bumpage. So it's falling down, but yeah, the last 2 days, and it seemed to getting a little bit of love back to the upside. That's okay. You can even see a little pumpage is good, and then we can get back to business as usual. We just make a bit of a bear flag there on the daily. So I see a move back up there for Bitcoin dominance. Tether dominance, sadly, also pumping as people are getting liquidated and selling their altcoins. 100%. All right. Rushing to safety. Not in it for the long haul. Thought they had quick money and decided it wasn't going to be. We had altcoin searches the highest they had been since 2021, right, on Google. Not anymore. You pissed all those people off, right? It's just, dang, every time we seem to get a bit of a nice little trend going here. Well, look, that is an Adam and Eve double bottom, too. That's going up, likely to the 200 moving average at the very least. So this says there's more downside for Bitcoin and more upside for Tether dominance. You got that lower stochastic. We had a bit of bullish divergence there. That's an Adam and Eve double bottom. Doesn't have to be like this, even though that's how you want to see it. I've seen it like this many times. And that's got a measured move actually even higher. From the neckline somewhere to about 5%. So that would mean we get a black swan and a massive dump. And people see just their accounts obliterated yet again. So it looks like there could be a massive liquidation coming out here, everybody. I would pay attention. And I'm not trying to scare you or, make you do something I'm not a financial advisor. I got to show you that the markets are showing signs of a massive, massive dump. We already took it, right? It's been dumping since Sunday night. I decided to go play poker Sunday night and take my eyes off the market for the first time in like 50 days, 60 days. And as I'm sitting there, of course, it can't just go flat on a Sunday. It takes the biggest dump ever. And, man, it's just like, what are the odds, So, just crazy. So, Tether dominance and Bitcoin dominance both looking like there is going to be more downside here in this market. And so far, we're now up on the short. Very, very small, but we are up. Still don't understand why it was, anyway. Oh, I figured out. I think, oh yeah. That's why. On short, I had such small, yeah, that's why. Okay. Again, I don't trust the short. I'm not pushing tons of money in it, you know. I'll wait for my signal. Even if we dump for 2 days, my signal will show up again. Right? I'll be joining your Minotaur at my perceived Bitcoin bottom for the next run, probably the end of next year. They cost, but the eternal returns after that is like crazy. It really is. You find support and then you run Bitcoin back up, and it's pretty awesome. And again, you'll find that for yourself. I'm happy you made that connection. You know, you miss no lucky days if you're there every day. Yeah, there's so many days people call me lucky. Oh, he's so lucky he hit it big that day, or he called the big gainer. But I just show up every day, and I take the licks too. Wouldn't USDT be bigger as well because people are loading up for buying? No, not. It's the dominance. It's how money's moving into it. Baller Crypto Poker Games equals top signal. I know, right? It's happened before, hasn't it? You think we see Bitcoin breaking below 110,000? It's very possible. I think there's about a 60% chance of that happening. Maybe even about a 70. Yeah. Starting to kind of make a divergence, starting to make a falling wedge instead of that descending triangle. I'll give you that. Which has hope that we could round on out of here and finally make a bottom. We did that yesterday here, and we started around, and we even made an Adam and Eve and all that. That's when you make an Adam and Eve and it says no way, this pattern breaks up way more than almost any pattern in the world. So that's just so weird. Then today we had my signal. We made a beautiful flat. I thought we were going to be pumping all day, man. It started looking pretty interesting. And then they reversed it in a second. It dumped us to the downside in a fast, hot beat. And now to me, it looks like we're going to continue to liquidate the shorts or whoever's around. So if you're just jumping on it, I'm in a short right now. But it looks like I may even get stopped out of this one. It's choppy market season, man. And today's trading just like a Monday for whatever reason. I guess like because of the huge liquidation, Monday didn't get a chance. So now they're doing false move Monday today or just... this manipulation wick was crazy on the 1 minute time frame earlier today. It was insane. This is a good signal for alt season or Ethereum dumping hard. Counting halving day, we are nearly in the same time frame, September 25th, when Bitcoin went down from 52 to 40K. So maybe bottom around 100,000. Yeah. Someone said you may have shorted the bottom. It's possible. I usually find the bottom though, so it's trying to Adam and Eve right here. I'm really good at finding the bottom though. I do it all the time. So if I don't feel it's the bottom, it's likely not, but who knows? That doesn't mean I can't tell you I'm always right. But the odds of this dumping so fast to the downside, I mean, obviously, I think you haven't seen my channel enough because you would convince yourself otherwise just by coming back. Counting halving day, we're nearly, yeah, I feel that. Yeah, crazy short entry, yeah. U.S. Tether dominance is a rising wedge in the 4-hour time frame. Look at these people. Thanks for shorting. That's my bottom signal. Okay, look. We'll call you out. If we take a nasty dump. All right. Thanks for shorting. That's my bottom signal. Check him off. I'm in. Who else talked a big game? Why are you shorting? Dizzy Gang. Okay, we'll write that down. All right. Remember you. Okay. You may have shorted the bottom. Okay. We'll write that down. We'll remember Erlon Bailey. We'll remember you guys. We'll remember you. We'll remember you guys. Yeah. We'll remember you all. Okay. We will remember everybody of you. So God bless you all. I'm just showing you what's likely going to happen. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. You're in a descending triangle. They break down 60, I'd say 90% of the time. And they break down violently. When I win the short, here's the deal. If I do win the short, will anyone that just ran their mouth apologize? Obviously not. They'll skate away into their houses or wherever they are in their little dens, right? You know what I'm saying? But we'll see what happens. Again, don't call me a loser if I lose. Don't call me a winner if I win. Yesterday I was on fire. This whole last week I was on fire. Maybe I'll lose my trades now finally. You know what I mean? On the live. So we'll see. I like this. It's starting to kind of make a bit of a rounded bottom. It's starting to do somewhat of an Adam and Eve. Starting to do kind of a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. This is usually how we could bottom out of here. So, and I'm only down $65. Don't act like I got absolutely obliterated here. It's not like I risked a lot of money on the short. I didn't have a lot of faith in it as it is. If I thought we were going to go massively short, I'd be putting down $100,000 short. Am I putting down $100,000 short? No. All right. Looks like they may tap me here. But usually they pump it before they dump it too. You definitely shorted the bottom far too late. Shout out to everybody here. I'm just going to not even read the stuff anymore. Yeah. I'm short of the bottom. Oh, hey, wait. Hold up. I'm going to shut this dude up real quick. I'm going to shut everyone up here real fast. All right. I'm going to shut everybody up real fast. Real fast. Hold up. Check this out. Check this out. Okay. This will be the end of all ends right now. And I guess it's just because it will be what it is. All right. The hit list, right? They got me, all right? But here, if you're not doing what I'm doing right now, forever hold your tongue. Okay? A lot of people running their mouth right now, okay? So forever hold your tongue right now as we speak for the rest of your life. Are you ready? Are you ready? If you're not ready, just tell me if you're not ready. Okay? Just let me know. All right, I'm buying $5,000 worth of Bitcoin. If you're not doing that, so I lost a $70, I lost a $90 leverage trade. Okay, let's just make it real clear. I'm buying 5K of Bitcoin at 114,000. If you don't have the balls or the guts to buy 5K with me right now, you can take your comments of shorting and send them right to the moon over here. All right. So I just put my money where my mouth is. And I stacked BTC on a red day. All right. Anyway, let's break it back down. Let's see what's happening on the smaller time frame for Bitcoin. The bot didn't take a nibble yet, though. Let's see what happens. All right. So they bounced it, but still so sketchy. You did not break the 1 minute 200 moving average or the 3 minute. Still looks so bearish to me. Like there's going to be more downside. You know, yeah. Exactly. Stack it sats. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. So take a look at this. Let's see what's going on now. So we attempted a bottom at 113.6. Highly unlikely it holds. Still likely that somehow, some way that, I don't know. It doesn't look good to me. Unless they do an inverted head and shoulder here. You know what it is? For weeks now, I've been calling the bottoms, finding the bottoms, finding the bottom. I found the bottom last 2 Saturdays ago, right? Nice gap of the VRVP. Can get you back to 115.8. Again, it's back to the smaller time frames, like the 5-second, the 30-second chart. You've got to get back above the 200 moving average. Same story. This is like... Yeah. Price action. Yeah. I mean, it's a possible double bottom there right now. I can't tell you what's going on. They're ripping price all over the place, especially from 10 to 12. So sometimes it makes me look like the man. Sometimes I look like I'm just trying to figure it out, just like you. Wyoming becomes the first U.S. state to launch its own stable coin. Nice. I like to hear that. That's something that we need to see. And almost everyone, Someone said your strategy has changed the game for me. God bless you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, no more amusement park rides. Sniping mode only from now on. I mean, that's how it's been. Yeah. Sam's one of the best of the business. Always learns something from his streams. Thank you. God bless you, brother. Yeah. Lifer, I love you. You're going to make it, but I think it might about a braver. I see what he said. I think I might, and I pray, man. The 3 greatest words that'll lose you money in trading. We all winning because of your strategy. Shout out to Crypto Plumber. God bless you. Thank you. Someone says it's probably going to 112. For me, it looks bearish. It's taken way too long to get back above the 1 minute 200 moving average for just, it's struggling to do the most simple bullish thing that and it's been able to do this recently quickly. Like we had a dump, we're back above the 1 minute 200 pretty fast. Today is the longest sustainable low below it we've seen in a long time because I'm back in a long by now, usually, just like yesterday. Nasty dump Sunday, by Monday morning, I'm ripping longs and showing you guys how to trade, right? Today, not the case. Why? Still dumpage. How's the first short I opened in a long time on the live? If I'm opening up shorts, it probably something ain't right. I'm like I'm the bullish guy in the game. If I'm opening up shorts, something ain't right. Please look at AP3. It's a good short. Almost anything's a good short if Bitcoin goes down. Yep. Nothing but wins for me since the pants came off. Shout out to Golden God. God bless you, man. I hope you're winning something else, though. I'm confident we're going to 112. There's no support anywhere. This is a free fall. Looks very likely, in my humble opinion. But some people front run lows, too, for Bitcoin, and it does create random pockets of foundational strength out of nowhere, too. But I've seen it happen once or twice. Or it only wicks into that area, right? So we got some bullish divvy right there. We attempted our first higher low. Okay, 30-second now showing signs of possibly going towards the 200 moving average. Okay. And again, let's see if I can make that loss back on the live stream because I likely can. I lost $90. I think I'll be okay. We will make it. The blacklist has been quiet. I know, right? Let's look at the fear and greed index. It's a good indicator. See what's happening today, too. 56. I mean, a good place to buy Bitcoin, in my humble opinion, in a bull run. Anywhere between here and 56 is a good place to stack. So, yes and no. I like it. Hey, let's get the flag of the 21. Also, you know what it is? As I use my strategies and my signals today, and they just obliterated it on the 5, and then they went down and up, and it just, man, 114,700 would be the target if we could flag out of the 30. This is the 1 minute chart. The 21 has to come into play. You got to get the pump, and then you're going to come down to that, and you may get rejected there. You got to cross this 200 moving average. High risk to even trade below it, in my humble opinion. Because if we get above it, there still will be enough. There will be enough to make some gains. So this is what I would be projecting, and you can see it's a possible inverted too. Maybe we make it something like that. We make an inverted head and shoulder here that could break to the upside. Now we're starting to form a reversal pattern. Now it's a chance we found the daily bottom, right? I had to sacrifice my short to find the daily bottom. It's a chance. But I'm still not sold yet. The bigger time frames are more bearish than bullish. The smart move would be to only long if we get above the 200 moving average and the 21 comes above it and you get a flag. That would be the smartest, less risky decision in my humble opinion. Anything else is high risk and aggressive. All right. I retested the inverted head and shoulder on the 3-day chart. Check it. Possible. It's a retest of the inverted head and shoulder on the 3-day. Check it. Thank you. You said it twice. Say it again. It will be spammed. And we appreciate you. Yeah, it's possible. I don't know. I mean, I don't love that idea. Because you got bearish engulfing candle. Right? Okay. Sam, why is there no music? There's music, man. You're off. I don't know why you don't hear music. It's got to be your headphones or something. They're plugged in wrong and you're only getting one. I don't know. I'm dancing to the music right now in my head, baby. So there's definitely music, without a doubt in my mind. Shout out to the 1,886 beautiful people here on the live. 514 likes. $19 in chat revenue. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. And so after yesterday's immaculate performance in the live, you'd like to come through today and just nail it, and I didn't, right? So it is what it is. Remember, I'm always on a performance-based, like, how did Sam do today, you know? In front of the world, too. It's not easy, man. It's like figure skating in front of everybody. Like, I pirouette, and sometimes I just can't get that triple axel. I'm on my Nancy Kerrigan and just don't make the full rotation, you know? But yesterday, I was nailing it. Funny. I'll send over some cigars. Best in the game, bro. Taking your daily trades has made me more money than I could have imagined ever. Shout out to the crypto cigar guy. God bless you, man. Thank you for being here. I can hear the music. Send some rap. You're funny. Bitcoin will follow. You're funny, man. Such is life. Does it live in front of us hit nearly every time? People get sucked into longs before more dumpage. It's possible. I wouldn't long until we cross the 200 moving average on that 1 minute. Anything else to me is treachery. Tanya Harding, I know, right? That's what I thought about. Goatsville next to Gainesville. The go to Sarasota, you're funny, man. Shout out to Du Tang, the crypto surfer. I could go for Macanudo. I don't know what that is. All coins are getting some attention. Really? Really? A little bit. Pudgy Penguin, 2%. Chainlink's holding strong at 24. Hey, you're right. Let's take a look at Chainlink. Let's take a look at Chainlink for a split second here. Specifically, LINKBTC. So look at that. I mean, Chainlink is strong. It's the chosen RWA institutional backed coin. I mean, people don't realize. Just took them years to accumulate. They had to get their backing right, and I think the regulation. They had to get all the back-end paperwork and red tape out of the way. 6-7 more days. Looks like Chainlink's going to rip. Against Bitcoin, too. About to have a golden cross. Looking nice. Nothing wrong with this move here for Chainlink. Could take a dump back down to the 200 moving average, too, as well. But wow, Chainlink looking interesting against Bitcoin. Begin the 99 beats trading alone all day, every day. Shout out to Rave Song Records. God bless you. Hi, Sam. Thanks for showing up today, and congratulations on reaching 100 subs in advance. Thank you, Olasini. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, we hit it twice, but we got to hit it like organically. Something happened. I don't know what it was. Maybe we just got an influx of we don't know. I don't even want to. Who knows? It is what it is. May God bless this channel. May God bless every one of you, and may God bless each and every one of us for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. And again, people like they run their mouth, but nobody knows where Bitcoin's going to goes. If anyone can figure it out in real time, it may be me or some other amazing YouTubers. To me, it looks like it just could really go either way here. What looks to be a bit of a symmetrical triangle now starting to form. And because we're more bearish on the bigger time frames, I got to remain a little more bearish here too as well. On the 1 minute. We're hugging the 30-second here, seeing if the 30-second can make a bull flag and get back above the 200 moving average. That's your only way out of this bit of an inverted head and shoulder cup and handle. It is a Sammy cup and handy to the upside, and they called me Sammy cup and handy, Samuel cup and handle. The only guy on YouTube with an actual technical pattern named after him. Got to be a reason for that over time. I like this guy. I'm subscribing. Shout out to Cody Cooper. God bless you, man. Thank you for jumping on in. Please subscribe to the channel and jump on in. I appreciate you for being here. I'm not trying to say I'm the best. I just show up every day. That's it. 30-second chart out the flag. That's a cup and handle to the upside. We should get a reversal here to the upside on that 30-second. Treachery in trading, though. I'm all in 100x on the long. That's it. I'm not doing it anymore. 100x on the long. Let's make it happen here. Let's show you how we do this. Rip this 1 minute anew. Pump this thing to the 200 moving average. Honestly, for me to hit that would be so aggressive. He called the bottom. No, he didn't. He got hit off. He shot at the bottom. He shot at the bottom. That guy's the worst trader I've ever seen. He lost $90 short in the bottom. I couldn't believe it. Guy has no idea what he's doing. He's a dumb bloke. Doesn't even know how to trade. Sarasota, mostly sunny. Precipitation 0. 70 windy. Quality good. Hey. 8 hours will give the bounce. 3 day will give the banana. You're funny, man. You're funny, man. Only ironworkers know which dropping a spike means. God bless my man, Steve Finesca. God bless you, brother. Can't be dropping that spike, man. You be oof. Got to keep that. Got to keep the beater and the spike in the pouch, man. Sarasota County in the house. Shout out to Buster Crypto. Where are my Sarasotans? Where are my people? Where are my Siesta Keysians out here, baby? I got to see the key today, man. I got to go see that white beach. I haven't seen the beach, man. I've been cooped up in these trades for days. Yeah, B, this looks pretty whack. The big time frames still look more bearish than bullish to me. I ain't making no long, I'll tell you that. I'll go back to my sweet spot, 65, which is still pretty big. And again, please don't trade leverage if you don't know what you're doing. There's demo trading here on weeks. You can trade on weeks and get it all done. There's demo trading on MEXC. There's demo trading on almost every one of these exchanges. I like the weeks demo trading the most. It's the most similar to their exact platform. You know, it's really nice. Check it out and demo trade on weeks. Demo trading right there. And you can find out kind of how to press the buttons. You might actually get into a short, you know, there's certain weird things that happen that you don't even think will happen. That are just like human error mistakes that have nothing to do with trading. But if you don't do it every day, you'll get a, you won't have that extra like muscle memory. If you demo trade, you'll get muscle memory. All right. My wife calls me Wavy Davy Cup of Gravy in honor of Mr. Price. Shout out to Rave Song Records, man. You're funny. That's so funny, man. Long the 500XE for 3,860 liquidation at 3,875. You're funny. So now we're kind of stuck in the limbo here on the 1 minute time frame going Sid's way, which is sidesway. Sideways, baby, sideways. Let's take a look at the most visited and searched coins in the game right now as told to us by the trend here. Layer 0, still the most popular visited coin in the game, which is, almost don't believe it, but hey. Succinct is still getting some love, but down 9%. These are newer coins. Arbitrum Zora, finally taking a bit of a hit, but still holding $330 million market cap. Cyber Public AI, $11 million market cap. Maybe a good thing to research. Plume, Egen Layer, Lido. Write down Public AI. We may have done it again, but write it down again, Lakochi. Succinct. Remind me of those again, too. Towns, I think you went over them again. I'll go and check it, but we'll look at Public AI Towns and Succinct. Somia Network. Look at that. I actually learned about that about 6, 7, 8 months ago. And BitLayer. So write that down for me, Lakochi. Somia, unique too. And you may have already done an assessment on it, but if you can't, do it again. Public AI, Town, Succinct, Somia. Because I just keep going over things and I'll forget. Overlay Protocol. Check that one out too. Brickin', you like Brickin'? Yeah, Broccoli is about to jump out the gym. You're funny. So 113.9, Bitcoin kind of sitting right below 114,000, flirting with disaster here. Could we make the come up? And really now price action has just gone completely flat. Not even a lot of opportunity yet. You got to sit and wait patiently for either a pump or a dump. Just sitting here in limbo, Bitcoin. My favorite low cap gem is FARTLESS. Save Deb is Fartcoin. Could you check it out? We'll take a look at it. Thank you so much for the super chats. Anyone who gives to the channel. And man, my baby, DJI 6930, back to where I bought it at. Come on, man. Back to break even. Thing ripped to the upside huge. You never trust these memes, man. I still got faith it could possibly go up. It's right back at the 786. It would have to bounce there, though. It starts to go lower than... It can't be trusted. It bounces here. The technical analysis still stands. We did look at FARTLESS a long time ago. Had the Adam and Eve double bottom, and it did exactly what it was supposed to do. This is why I love this pattern. Whenever you find this, you get this Adam and the Eve, and it's supposed to go the length of the bowl. It did exactly that. I mean, insane, right? Now it's making a flag, and you know what goes up must come down. Same vice versa here, and you're just waiting for Bitcoin to kind of stabilize. If it does, then this will kind of go sideways a bit and then pump. Bitcoin dumps, this will dump down and find a new low. It's all going to be what Bitcoin does right now. My lifer, could you get out man, I don't know what it is, yeah. DJI has been hurting so bad, I know. Thoughts on ADN? Much love. I don't know what ADN is. And let's take a look at the fan funding and see who's out here on the live. Thank you for everyone who jumped on into the live today. Wish I could have nailed it. I guess I get the euphoria from hitting those gains yesterday. You want to have a day like that every single day on the live, and you can't. It's not like that. Thanks for speaking true, Sam. My opinion, we're underestimating the macro factors in the economy. You posted in 99 that 30% of the SPY MC is 6 companies. The warning signals are there. I round trip so much money. I'm sorry to hear that. As a bull, flipping the charts make it so much easier to trade short. You can trade it just like an uptrend. Same patterns, just reversed, 100%. Thank you for your short sacrifice, Sammy. Imagine how unfulfilling someone's life would have been to talk tough to someone on YouTube. Would have to be to talk tough to someone on YouTube. Thank you. God bless you, man. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I'm going to focus on people that love me. Like you, man. Thank you so much. Hey, Sam, thanks for showing up today, and congratulations on reaching. Thank you. My favorite low-cap gem is FARTLESS. Thank you to Cass, John, you know, and everyone that gave. You guys are awesome. Andrew twice, Mike Reinhardt, Taylor Murphy, and people that are always supporting me. Ola Seti, Andrew again, and Cass, John Yoon. God bless you, brother. Thank you all for making my day. Seriously. You didn't have to give, but you did, and you gave my way, man. You sent your hard-earned funds my way, man, to show your appreciation for my channel. So, and you said something awesome, too. God bless you. He said, take advantage of the opportunity to teach your friends how to lose properly. This is 100% everybody's biggest issue in trading and why they can't see consistency. Today's episode was top ranked. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. God bless you, because I hate to lose, and I think you know that. Finally, the cup and handle may prevail here. I was going to 100x it. But no, let's get back above that 1 minute 200 moving average. But this is how we can do it. And now we can gap up. Usually, if these are tight, we can gap up to the 200 moving average. I've seen that. That is a signal of mine. A beautiful gap back up to the 100, the 200 moving average. Let's see if we can get that gap up, though. That's important. Life, if you want the next Brett, check out Jerry. The team is insane. 36 exchanges, deals. I've saw Jerry the last couple of weeks. I mean, Tom and Jerry's hot, number one. Right? But is this the same Jerry? This is really small. And everyone, please be careful when we look at stuff like this. I'm just speculating. I don't know, man. It's down. I don't know if this is the right Jerry. I think we're looking at a different Jerry. Yeah, I thought it was Jerry the Turtle. This thing's been hot. JYAI. This thing's been somewhat hot. Jerry the Turt. Wow, Jerry's been super hot. Look at that. And it's either about to make a blow off top or possibly make just, another flag here, something like this. Get to 005386 here for the upside move. Smash the likes and subscribe. Shout out to Sean. Thank you for saying that. I pulled a 37X on injected protocol in 2023. And that one's the one that put me on. Hey, that's everyone hits something that got them somewhere. Remember when injective hit like that? I remember that. We found it at $1 here on the channel. We were trading it at $1, but we went from $1 to like 12 or 14. I got like a 14. Jerry the Terrapin. You're funny. This JYAI has been hot, as you can clearly see. And I could see this coin added to the watch list. I'll be watching this one. Worthless TA, please. We got useless and worthless. Worthless coin. So funny, right? It's just like, it's hilarious. I mean, when it becomes worthless, people won't think it's too funny, though, will they? It's like, well, I told you so. I told you I was worthless. You still bought me anyway. It's like a woman who marries a guy who says, I'm a schlub. I'm not going to do anything for you. She's like, I don't believe that. And years later, you're a schlub. You don't do anything for me. I told you that. Shout out to Worthless. I mean, could it recover? Maybe. It's at a fib. It's at a key fib retracement right there, and it's bouncing off the 618 golden pocket. I mean, could it make a shoulder? Could that be the head on the right shoulder? Of course, you got to get Bitcoin to move for this all to kind of make sense. All right. Shout out to Lifted99. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. And shout out to all the awesome lifers that are kicking it on the live stream. We had an awesome viewership today, one of the biggest in a long time, about 1,900 viewers, almost 2,000 people here on the stream. Thank you for jumping on in. All right. Okay, so worthless USDT. I mean, it's back down to the 618.65 golden pocket, right? Wanted to pump up to 029440, all right? Your lessons in TEA have helped me. God bless you. Saying, can you please revisit Serif or Google on Radium? I don't know. I got some JY 2 weeks ago off the Token Metrics call from the 99. If you were in the group, hey, man, God bless you. I like you saying that. You would have seen it early, y'all. Thank you for saying that, man. The Don Weldon show. Fed Chair Powell said should have moved his Friday speech at Jackson Hole to either yesterday or today. Waiting to Friday just gives him too big institution to short the market. I see what you're saying. Yeah, everyone's just sitting in limbo now. 100%. I don't know how they knew everyone was thinking today was supposed to pump. I mean, I didn't think it was going to pump. I was just looking at the charts. And looking at what the charts were conveying, they showed some signs of a possible move, but they weren't amazing. Really, what we're looking at is a symmetrical triangle on the 1 minute now. It is what it is. And when you're already bearish, you got to start thinking that it's more likely going to dump, right? First stop 113.250, and then we'll go from there. If we can pump, we'll get, we'll go to the 1 minute 200 moving average. No bull is getting out of this without passing that 1 minute 200. That's going to be the biggest play. So right now, it's still more likely that we get the dump to the downside. Look, it's an M pattern now. Look at it. So I see more downside for Bitcoin yet again. I still call short, really. Exactly. I thought the lie was green and felt it was going to pump. You thought is the 100% what the guy did. You thought wrong. Yeah, Thinking and trading gets us nowhere. What do the charts convey? Right now, this is a symmetrical triangle. I see these dump way more than they pump. That's an M pattern. I see M's dump. We're already in a downtrend, and that's not really a bullish pattern. It's not like you need a beautiful like double bottom reversal, inverted head and shoulder. Look, you didn't even make the inverted. You lost the inverted shoulder head. Right, you had the reversal pattern, and you muffed it. You rolled it over for an M pattern, and then so you turned a beautiful reversal into yet another dump pattern. Everyone said I long the bottom. I don't know, man. I'll tell you where the bottom is. I'm pretty good at finding it. If I'm not calling the bottom, it probably isn't the bottom. And because we've called the bottom of this channel many times. Even if I don't even know what I'm doing, my subconscious mind has done it. You see what I'm saying? We can go back and just play the tape. Does this look like all the other times? No, it doesn't. So the odds are likely it's not the bottom. It's an upside down W, if you ask me. You're funny, man. I like this guy. Shout out to Math Zombo. Is that not bullish div with a 30-minute? I doubt it. And even if it is, it's not strong enough to get through those supportive resistance. It doesn't matter. We already know the future, the heart and the lemon water. What if we keep grinding that, everything will turn out okay. And if we put our faith in God and we stay in the present moment and be thankful for every time we take a breath. Like today, if you lost a trade. All right, let me put in. Do anyone here have kids? Anyone here have kids on the channel? How many people here watching right now have kids? Maybe you don't want to say you do, just out of, but how many people know what it's like to be a family man? How's that? I don't know. But put a thumbs up if you know what I'm saying, right? If you live for something bigger than yourself, put a thumbs up. Okay? Now, what if that thing that you love, your children, were sick enough to have to go to like the doctor and be in the hospital overnight? Maybe not death, but even just sick enough to, and you lost a trade for a couple grand. What do you think you'd be more worried about? Anybody? Anybody out here? Anyone want to answer that question? What do you think you would be more worried about? I'm just asking, what do you think you would be more worried about? You'd be more worried about your kid, right? What if you won a huge trade for 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 grand? What if you went and played poker and won 10 grand? Well, one of your kids was sick, had to go to the hospital overnight. What would you be more worried about? Well, what would you be really what would get you excited? You wouldn't be happy about that 5 grand. So every single day that our kids are healthy and we can actually even sit here and focus on trading, we're blessed. Like if I can lose a trade, I'm blessed. XCN holding key levels. I like to see that. I'll take a look at that. That's interesting. Look like we could be bearishly retesting here. We're attempting to try to stop the pain at 113.6, but it just no. Looks like I got to tell you, we're going lower. Very likely to 113.250. Joey Paris thinks worthless coin will do well because of his connection to an app called Moonshot. That makes it easy to buy that coin. They're usually hard to buy for most retail. Thanks for the TA mentor. Shout out to Underground Crypto. Thank you for that update. And God bless you for always giving us some cool information. And God bless you, brother. Speaking truth, you're all blessed to be here. I've been in that hospital praying. God bless you, Don. I'm sorry to hear that, and I hope it's okay now. So there's Bitcoin giving way further to the downside. So the people that ran their mouth and claim they called the bottom and all that, I don't know. I don't know why I even listened, right? Because we know that the truth is here in the technical analysis, and we reveal it. It's not even me. I just reveal the TA. All right? Can you check Hyperlink for me, Sam? Hyperlink. Send in a super chat for TA and deep dive. We have some more coming on in that I got to talk to here. XCN holding levels. So let's take a look, another kind of look at worthless here. That would be a key area to buy it into if you think it's worth something. It's definitely, you're not chasing the top and it's, you're getting the discount. I don't know. Does it come down to the 786? Possibly. Does it come down, Previous support is somewhat resistance, but it's not too strong. I'll tell you, the TA is just getting started, so it's not too robust. And if anything, it looks like it might come up or down and just kind of looks like it may squiggle around for, I don't know, next 20 hours or something back to the 786 before it decides to really rip out. Worthless USDT all the way to about 0.29364. I want to look at XCN. Thank you for talking about XCN. I mean, XCN was in that giant bull flag. It's barely holding key levels at a double bottom there, but it's starting to just, wow. Strange, you know, what a setup, right? It just keeps, but yeah, it is just kind of sideways trucking along here. And we're all still just waiting. I mean, this is just, waiting on these altcoins has been insane, right? Waiting for the world to change. People play the constantly changing charts. News can change it at any second. Retail trading leverage can change it at any second. Liquidations rule. Learn to trade. The real lifer is right. Thank you. God bless you for saying that. Shout out to DeFox Crypto Leifer. I love that, man. Evan, love you, Sam. You taught me so much about the charts. I really appreciate it. Francisco Bravo, I love you too, man. Thank you. Almost there. Proud of you, Sam. Your parents made a great human. God bless you. Thank you. The truth is in the mind of the holder. 100%. Hey, Sam, I'm sorry I asked the wrong question before, but if you get a second, could you take a peek at ADN? Don't let negative and toxic people rent space in your head. Raise the rent and kick them out. Robert, too. 100%. Crypto has taught me patience like nothing else. We have an amazing, eclectic group of people here on the stream today, full of awesome light, love, and happiness. I love what I'm reading here. I like your kid analogy, but I want to win my trades too, so I can provide more for the ones I love. I know 100%. I'm just saying, even if you have the chance to focus on your trades, you're blessed. 100% you want to win your trades. Sam, I can trust your TA because it's worthless. Get it? No, all right then. God bless you, man. I need a joke here or there for sure on the channel. Love this place. Shout out to Mr. Butter. Shout out to Reliable J. High frequency people here on the stream. All the Jeffries get whipsawed, so they panicked and unsubscribe. Hey, it is what it is. What a great journey after this 4 years with you, Sammy. Hey, Sam, thanks for looking at the bio at the end of last stream. Looks like it's getting very tight with that flag it's been making since you looked at it. And we'll take a look at it again. Bio protocol. So I guess we were saying it was going to break out, remember? Looked like it did a little bit. See? Looks like it pumped out a little bit, no? Or was it already pumping and we were looking for it? I mean, it continued in a beautiful flag, so let's take a look. I mean, it's making what's called an ascending triangle, right? And almost even more like a bull pennant even. You got to get Bitcoin to stabilize. You can't get a massive Bitcoin to eat dip. That will affect it. Likely, maybe not. But you want to, I mean, this thing could pump. You might really be onto a low cap gem here that could do damage. I like the technical analysis. You get a 3-to-1 with a stop loss beneath the lowest part of the pattern, which is key for me. Which if they stop hunt, you could still be safe, possibly even if they ripped it up and dipped it. And then 18 is the target. I like what I'm seeing here. I'm going to put an alert on here. I think you're onto something, man. You're spot on. I hope you're in the group because you got some good insight. Hey, been here since your channel was tiny. You've gotten better and better over the years. You're doing good things. Keep on, Sam. Thank you, Alt-Right. I appreciate that. I don't even care about the charts. I'm just here for the music. Getting jiggy with Sam, man. Thank you. Do you think ETH goes to 4K? If so, I'm out. Thanks, Lifer. Hey, Sammy, what do you think about AVAX chart? Do you think it could go to $100? I mean, AVAX is a great coin, and it's a good project. It's been around a long time. Solid coin, right? It's in a beautiful daily flag that looked like it was just going to soar, though. Like it had made multiple higher lows. So get this straight. It makes multiple higher lows for a straight month. And then at the end of the 19th, after 2 weeks, decides to crush the first low. Man. It stays above the 200 moving average. We should be okay. Technically, we should extend this and just look for a bounce. I see it getting to 37. From there, let's reassess where the market goes. It's a little early to start calling $100 AVAX, in my humble opinion. Maybe 55 is all you'll get. Again, I've gone over this thesis that is every coin going to make it back to its all-time high? I don't know. There's just so much out there. And there's so many different coins, and there's so much volume in different places. Let's take a look at ZBCN. The ZBEC network. ZBCN. We put an alert on it there. Wanted to see that thing stay tight and bang. But again, when Bitcoin slumps, it's going to draw the whole market down. We could extend and say, okay. But to me, you lost the trend line. You're kind of playing games now. Again, buy the dip, right? It's hard. It's hard to do. But that was a dip to buy. That was a dip to buy. That could be the dip to buy. I've accumulated every dip I could. I'm kind of done doing it. You know, and as I said to everybody, I've got way lower prices than they are now when I bought the dip. So I'm still sitting on $1 million altcoins, just waiting. Just waiting. It's been vicious. It's been brutal. It's been a long time coming. I mean, look, it's still a 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio if the stop loss is below 0.02 and below the 200 moving average on the daily. I like this call on the daily. Cup and handle. This may as well play out here. ZBCN on the daily time frame. I think that's worth even checking out here. If we get the bounce, that's going to be a beautiful place to get a bounce. XTZ, which is Tezos. I remember Tezos when it ICO'd. Remember Ozzy, the BS monitor. There were so many different people out here in crypto that were gaining a bit of a following back in the day too. It's interesting. Now they're nowhere to be found. A lot of crypto people came and left. Not everybody stays in crypto. They come in crypto thinking they love it, end up getting pushed out, or they come in and do it to scheme and they do their thing and move. Nobody stays very rarely people stay as long as me and the other guys that are out here. Golden cross right there. That's key for XTZ. Tight. Again, it's going to have to get a bounce very soon. Very, very soon. Otherwise, we're in some serious trouble here for Tezos. They said about the dip, but it just keeps dipping. Hard Rock Nick. I know, right? People get mad at this, but a double top of the daily has ended every bull run. Be safe. 100%. Will Arrow see $1 on this pullback? Maybe 105. What do you think? Aerodrome. Thing keeps ripping, and every time it rips, then it dips. Your positivity and charisma is through the roof like a massive green candle. Thank you for changing lives daily. Shout out to Dan Helm. Hey, God bless you. Thank you so much. Just made 50% 4 times in less than 10 minutes. Crypto is life. God bless. Double dare you. Just nailing it. Let's get back into the chart, see what's happening. So we dipped. And now it's looking more and more likely that this is going to take a dump ski to the down ski. That's a bearish retest, bear flag down. Again, I did not long any of this. If anything, I was in a short and they sniped me out. And then people said I shorted the bottom. We'll see. We'll see where the bottom is. Hard day today, waiting for the next day. It looks like it's going to be choppy all week. Let's take a look at Forex Factory and see what's happening for the week ahead too. Anything we missed this morning that could have thrown me off? No, or on Tuesday. Yeah, we had Jolt's job opening today at 10 a.m. So that also, you know, when we had $10 million we had more job openings than forecast, which is good and bad. I mean, people can't find people to work for them, or there's budding businesses that need more work. We have non-farm tomorrow at 8:15. That's going to rock the market. Oh, wait. So sorry. So sorry. Why does it do that? There we go. Why would it like show me months ago? You know, I guess it's remembering. Yeah. All right. So Tuesday today. Monday, nothing came in. Tuesday, you had medium CPI for Canada we. And some, you know, Bowman speaks, nobody cares. Okay, and then tomorrow, crude oil inventories, FOMC members speak. but nothing too crazy. Wednesday, unemployment claim. Thursday, unemployment claims at 8:30. And Friday, Fed Chair Powell speaks at 10 a.m. at the Jackson Hole Symposium. So everybody kind of waiting for Friday. And Thursday, unemployment claims. Those are going to be the two big winners, pushers of the market, things that could really affect what's going to happen throughout the following few days after that. So again, did we bottom? What's happening? I mean, we went sideways the entire show. We dumped and kind of just chopped up around. We went up to 114.15, back to 113.8, back up to 114.16, back down to 113.7, and now we're kind of, to me, in a bearish retest bear flag. That's going lower. And like I told you, 112, 111,000 are looking very likely. 113,270 for Bitcoin. So I see more downside for Bitcoin than upside. Like if you were bullish, you're on the other side of the 200 moving average. You're touching the 21. You're in a bit of a bigger flag. I see this flag here now. So definitely looks like more downside than upside. Just I gotta choppy business. For well over a month, I've had the expected bottom zones for Bitcoin at 110, 282, 111 on my charts. I think we're approaching the launch of the alt if it hits it. We'll be watching for that. Yeah. Mr. Price, what would be you speculate a bargain price on Bitcoin these days? Kind of hard to judge what an actual low is these days. I would say 80K. Sam just brought tears to my eyes when you gave me a shout out. Thanks, man. That was a pick me up. Double dare you, man. God bless you. Hey, God bless you, man. Hey, the fact that I could help someone that much by shouting them out means I got to show up every day. You know, because some days I lose my trades and I feel worthless. I do. I feel like I'm just like a piece of nothing that can't win. And I just like one day will get to my head so hard sometimes, right? What would you speculate is a bargain? Yeah, we talked about that. Thank you. I said that already, yeah. XRP or XLM, pick one. Thanks always. You're the best, Kurt. I'll do both for you, man. You're a really nice guy, and you've always been nice to me. I don't know how I could shortchange you on that. Let's take a look at them both. So obviously both going to follow BTC. So we're looking for this beautiful play for XRP, and it just did not happen. Bitcoin decided to ruin the show yet again. I mean, it's kind of an M pattern with a lower low, and it looks like it's going to dump down to the 200 moving average. It looks like we're going back to 230, honestly. Let's take a look at the big picture. So you had a big pump. Then you had a secondary pump. And you made a bearish div on the weekly. For me, like, are you making this bigger pattern where you're going to come all the way back down? That's possible. If it is a super cycle, alts are going to have to consolidate on the bigger time frames, correct? And that's kind of how we're going to be able to find out what could happen, right? 636. I mean, there's bearish divergence there on XRP on the weekly. I would say 245 is the likely candidate for support. Just, you know, what makes me think that we're like immune to not going back down to the key areas that we, you know. I'd have to say it looks like we're going to possibly go lower. The weekly doesn't look amazing. This looks like a kind of an M pattern that's going to drop. Your last chance is to say it's inside of this, but that's still a symmetrical triangle. And these, I feel like that thing already broke to the downside. I see XRP headed back to the daily 200 moving average. It loses the 50, it goes to the 100, and it's very likely to drop down here, and you're looking somewhere at 258. I didn't expect to be so bearish, but that it just looks bearish. Stellar Lumen's we had this beautiful pump. Rejection, same thing. Stellar's a little more bullish than XRP, but basically the same idea here. You try to cheat it and say it's in there, but it goes either way. Bit of an M, looks like it's going to drop. I'd say that drops at least somewhere to 35. Now, I could be wrong. Bitcoin bounces in 2 seconds. This turns into a wick. We're able to place the candle close back inside position. We bounce off the top. We get tight. And then we pump hard. You know, I want to believe that it's all season. And that we can't do this. But every time I think like that, I get blindsided. So I don't know what's going to happen. I really would like to see a wick back inside the pattern. If I was going to lev trade it, I wait for it to get back inside, and I would enter right in there. Otherwise, I would have to say we're shorting that market. Would you enter your short now? If not, why? Let's talk about it. Market's been treachery. I've been off already. I lost 2 trades today. I don't like to keep trading when I lose. Some days that's just telling me to just leave the market alone for a bit. Sad to say, I'm supposed to be the guru that trades every day, gets it in, but If I cried for someone saying my name, I would definitely have a lot going on in my life, though. That's just me. We're all different. Respectively, I hope whatever is happening in your life brings happiness. Shout out to It's Bass. Trump is incoming with the WFI soon. I guess that could shake things up with many new people in the market. Boss, I cry every time I have to say your name. You're funny, man. I enter a short for XRP. You deserve 1 million, not 100K. Hey, we'll get there one day. Short at the beginning of the stream of the chart. We winning. Thank you. On that chart. Yeah, exactly. So he took the short that I put out at the beginning, and he's in the money. So we'll see what happens. A lot of chop right now. A lot of up and down. It could still double bottom at 113.6. We'll see how this flag plays out. It's looking like it's going to dump, though. Somewhere to 112 and down to 111. But you never know. So I leave you. Trade of the day has been missed. It was the short. Just waited to see where the next trade. He's patient. Trying to overtrade. Take skill. Yeah, shout out to Coley, Fun and Fam. God bless you, man. Yeah, and sometimes I miss it. I'm not perfect. I'm a human. So what if Russia UK make peace deal? Could possibly be the next catalyst. It could. It could be a nice little bump for us to the upside. Still a bit of a cup and handle. Still holding a possible bounce. Let's get above that 1 minute 200 moving average, and then we can possibly breathe and start, and then I'll be weekend long all day long and get the reversal. Trust me, when there's reversal money, we'll make it in the trading group. I'm very good at finding it. We'll find it together. Everybody, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to jump on out at 12:11. May you have a wonderful day. May you stay blessed, and may you stay confident in yourself and just believe in yourself. Anytime you get a little overwhelmed, over emotional, things get high anxiety, take a deep breath and realize that this too shall pass. Every moment is stay in the present. You're thinking too much about the future and too much about the past. Get out of both those places and remain present. Breathe deep. Realize you have a beautiful life. Realize you're in a human body on this earth and that you're in a beautiful experience. Don't ruin the experience by letting your mind take you out of the present moment. I love you all. Stay amazing. Stay blessed. The secret to success is getting started. You got to start something today that'll change your life or keep going with it you've already started. I'll see you tomorrow.